Open Access, Directive 4.6, Archiving and Sharing Scientific Publications in SERVAL. UNIL contributes to the development, progress and prosperity of the community by disseminating knowledge and advancing science through teaching and research, as well as safeguarding the scientific heritage it generates. In line with this, UNIL supports and promotes the principle of open access to scientific knowledge, particularly through the use of its institutional repository, SERVAL. In this video, we explain the contents of this directive, which regulates the entry, deposit and sharing of scientific publications in SERVAL. This directive is in no way a means to restrict or direct your publishing choices in terms of format, forum, timing or editor. Indeed, open access has enough roads to reconcile your publication choices with the widest possible dissemination of your work. This directive is aimed at UNIL authors, and when we say that, we mean anyone within the UNIL community who has authored a scientific publication. For the purpose of this directive, a scientific publication is either an article or a book extract, like a chapter. However, other documents can also be considered as scientific publications within the scope of this directive and is left to the discretion of the authors. All authors must create a record for and deposit a version of each one of their scientific publications. And they're then strongly encouraged to share the publication as widely as possible through open access. Now, while these first two steps are compulsory, the last step, sharing or open access, is optional but strongly encouraged. The first step is compulsory and it consists in creating a record with the metadata of each publication and linking it to the authors and the units. This must be done at the time of publication at the latest, and metadata can always be corrected by authors. The second step consists in depositing the PDF of the publication. This step is also compulsory, but the version and possible restrictions depend on the copyright holder, which is usually the publisher. Unlike the metadata in the previous step, authors cannot modify or eliminate a PDF after they've published the record. The last step, or sharing, concerns open access. UNIL strongly encourages that authors disseminate their scientific publications in open access. However, open access is required by funding agencies such as the Swiss National Science Foundation and the European Commission. All types of open access, such as immediate or gold, delayed or green, or hybrid, are accepted and shown in this diagram. Using SlideShare, Academia or ResearchGate, or even posting the publication in your personal or project website are not considered valid forms of open access. Please bear in mind that if in your faculty or department agents fill in your SERVAL record and even check it, every author is responsible for their own content in SERVAL and must ensure that it is up to date. You may be wondering what happens with previous publications, those written in another institution before arriving at UNIL. Well, authors can create records for them in SERVAL, and though it's not compulsory, the deposit of the PDF is possible. Authors must comply with their external funders' requirements concerning the open access sharing step. However, all authors, regardless of their funding source, must comply with the entry and deposit steps. For more information about open access, including guides, courses, and tutorials on how to use SERVAL, please visit www.unil.ch/openscience or contact us at open.access@unil.ch.